Hey guys, it's Gordon J. Wallace here, sales representative with Remax Real Estate Center in Cambridge, Ontario. Got my Remax t-shirt on today, rocking the quarantine haircut. Thank you to my wife for braving that. But that's not why you're here. You're here for the market update. So let's dive right into it. We are pretty much at the end of the month. There might be a few additional sales that trickle in between now and Sunday, if offices are working a little bit over the weekend. But Brant County and Brantford, you're looking at 261 active properties going into your weekend search. So you're down 4 week over week. Strong sales again this past week in Brantford. So 50 firm sales and another 4 conditional being reported in the last 7 days. Fairly on trend with the expired suspensions and cancellations. So we're seeing Brantford and Brant County really performing well there. So April, we had 102 sales reported, and since we are pretty much done with the month, we have 161 firm sales so far in May. So that is an increase month over month of about 58%. So well on their way. Speaking of well, let's hop over to Wellington County, including Guelph and Puslinch. So we have 391 total active residential properties if you are doing your home search out in Wellington County. It's up 9 week over week. 6 new today. We had 84 firm sales along with another 12 conditional in the last 7 days. So that's up a little bit as well, about 25%. And Wellington, month over month, has recovered the best. They are up to, we had 111 firm sales reported in April, and we had 221 reported so far in May. Hopefully we get one more before the month is out so that we can say that they doubled, but that's an increase of 99 point some odd percent. So almost 100% growth month over month. So congratulations to Wellington. Waterloo Region, we're down week over week, 11 more listings, so inventory there continues to shrink despite there being high 20s to high 30s new residential properties being put on the market each and every business day. So the sales are just outpacing the inventory being added to the market. So again, if you've been thinking about putting your house on the market but just haven't been sure about the timing because of COVID-19, we do have all kinds of precautions in place, both as a general industry as well as more specifically our Remax brokerage, and even more specifically myself as a listing agent. We have kits that we can provide to everybody entering the homes, strategies for limiting exposure, and all sorts of other tactics like that. So if you have been thinking about putting your house on the market, do not hesitate, because we're seeing demand far outpace supply yet again. 156 firm sales occurring in the region in the past 7 days. Another 26 conditional sales on top of that. So it's at 182 total. Okay. Expirations and suspensions about on par with what we've been seeing. Cancellation is a little bit high. And I took a look into that because it was the second week in a row that I felt they were pretty high. And they are just contracts that are running the course. Everything in real estate has to have an expiry date. So when we sign listing agreements, they are good until a certain date, at which point they automatically expire. Cancellations are just people choosing to end those agreements prior to that expiration date. So in a lot of cases, this is, it's approaching that expiration date, and would you rather, take it off voluntarily or let that naturally lapse? So a lot of people opt to voluntarily end it. Usually that's followed by them relisting it, maybe at a different price point, maybe after some reconsiderations in terms of, working on something that needs to be addressed in the home, all sorts of different reasons. Anyway, month to date, we're at 530 firm sales. That's up from 359 reported in April. So that's a 48% increase month over month. So all 3 areas improving. Obviously, Wellington there had the greatest improvements on a relativistic scale. Brantford not doing bad, and Waterloo not doing bad at all either. I am expecting June and July, as I've been saying, to be sort of the peak real estate months for 2020. Will that be delayed again? I'm not sure. I think that the demand is there. So as long as we can get properties on the market, then I think that we will have very successful months for the sellers as well as the buyers in the following months. But it's all going to be tied to how well the public perceives all the opening plans that are in place and how well everybody continues to respect the social distancing rules and various other things that the health officials are asking us to do. So when you're out in public, you can help yourself out, help others out by wearing a mask, limit your time outdoors, and really just continue to keep that social distancing as much as possible. I know as the weather gets nicer, it's going to be harder and harder for everybody to do, but just do your best. That's all we ask. Any questions about real estate of the market, or again, to talk about timing of getting your house put on the market, definitely feel free to reach out. It's Gordon Wallace, 226-218-0433, and I hope you enjoy your weekend.